Here's my analysis of the number 21 versus number 22 Michigan women's basketball game. Michigan won this game 84-75, but it was a lot closer than the score implicated. Michigan went on to like a 13-2 run at the end. Most of those were free throws aided. And I'm going to give kudos to Michigan on the win, first of all. If there is any trolls out there from Michigan, I'm going to say this. You beat a team without Asia Blackwell, one of the best players on the team for Baylor. In addition, Drake Edwards. She would have been a starter due to eligibility issues. In addition, your player got Caitlin Bickle to react, which Caitlin should have known better, but trash talking to her and got teed up. And that was her fifth and final foul from the 7-minute mark or something like that from the fourth quarter onward. Caitlin needs to learn from this. It's a painful lesson, but she's going to learn. Now, Michigan, they shot 48.5% from the field, but only 29.4% from three, 5 for 17 on threes, but overall it was like 32-66. They made 15 free throws out of 23, 65.2%, which is a little surprising because I thought they would be better than that. 35 rebounds, but 14 of those were offensive rebounds, and they scored most of the points off of that, as well as points off turnovers. That's what hurt them in this game. 13 assists, 8 steals, 1 block, 13 turnovers, 12 fouls. But Baylor shot 54.4%, 31 for 56 overall, 10 for 26 on threes, which is 38.5%, 3 for 7 on free throws. You got to make your free throws count, but what really hurt them was 30 rebounds in the game. They got out-rebounded, and they allowed so many second chance points to Michigan in this game. They have 15 assists, which is more than Michigan, but they only had 3 steals, which is less than Michigan. 1 block, which is the same as Michigan. But 22 turnovers. 14 of those were in the first half or something like that. That's way too many turnovers. That's got to have to be addressed. And 18 fouls. Michigan only scored 5 points off the bench from 2 players. Baylor had 17. Yet they lost this game. It's because the second chance points and the points off turnovers, that cost them in this game. Ultimately. There's no question about it. Every time Baylor had a run, Michigan had a run. They were going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But then Baylor was making mental mistakes, which they're going to have to learn from. I'm not just talking about from the younger players. I'm talking about everybody. I mean, and you got to go in the future. You've got to not get caught up in the moment when somebody trash talks to you in your face. I'm not talking about just Caitlin Bickle. I'm talking about everyone in general. Because you don't want to be in that situation when you had 3 fouls at a time to call a foul on you and then got teed up and that was your 5th and that's it. So, I'm going to break down what happened in terms of starters. Jamie Asbury had a great game. 15 points on 6 for 9 shooting, 3 for 5 on from threes. She had 1 rebound, but 6 assists, 2 turnovers, 3 fouls. Jaden Owens had another career day in points. 22 points, 9 for 13 shooting, 2 for 4 on threes, 2 for 4 on free throws. I wish she would make 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 4. She's a guard. She needs to make more than just 2 out of 4. 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, but 6 turnovers. Yikes. 11 turnovers in the last 2 games. Jaden's got to learn from that. Here's the good and 2 fouls. Sarah Andrews didn't have a great game. 5 points on 2 for 8 shooting, 1 for 4 on threes, 4 assists, 1 block, 3 turnovers, 3 fouls. Daniel Page Box only had 4 points in the game, 2 for 4 from the field, 4 rebounds, 3 turnovers. 3 turnovers, 1 foul. Caitlin Bickle, She had 12 points, 6 for 9 shooting, 0 for 3 on 3, 0 for 1 on free throws, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 3 turnovers, 5 fouls. When you're a leader, you got to not get yourself in foul. Like, when you're a leader on the team, you need to stay in the game as much as you can. And I know Caitlin's got to be hurting right now. So I don't want to go over on just her alone on this issue. It's just anybody. I mean, you got to take it in stride as a team and move forward. Off the bench, I know Jan Van Guyden didn't score any, like 0 for 1 shooting, 0 for 1 from threes. I mean, Belafonte had a great game, 14 points, 5 for 9 shooting, 4 for 8 from 3, 7 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 turnover, 2 fouls. Karen Ferreira had 3 points, 1 for 3 from the field, 0 for 1 on free throws, 1 for 2 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 1 foul. Kendra Gillespie played, but she didn't score. She only had 0 points, but 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 foul. So, yeah. The good news is you got in some more quality games, and I know this does hurt to lose, but this is not like a bad loss. So, and you got to keep in mind, like I said in the beginning, they're without Dre Edwards for however long it takes. The same thing goes for Asia Blackwell, but I know she doesn't have a cast or a brace on in her lower leg injury from the times I've seen her in person. In fact, I've seen bandages, 2 of them, that last time. So I wonder if it's not as severe, but it's still not good to not have her back. Hopefully she gets to play. The good news is they don't play in a week. They need a day off tomorrow. I have no doubt they're going to prepare and be ready for next time. And that's a week from now against Houston Christian University, which they should win that game. Should. And they shot really good today. It's just the defense couldn't get enough stops. They're going to go look at the film and improve. Now, from Michigan's side of things, they're currently 7-0. I think they could make the argument they should be a top 20 team. They could make that argument now. They can. Definitely make that argument. But the next game is December 1st against Miami, Florida at Miami, Florida for the ACC Big Ten Challenge. They got Northwestern, that's currently 4-2. Toledo, that's 4-2 at home, 4th and the 8th respectively. On the 17th, Appalachian State. So really, they only have like one gimme game, and then number 8 North Carolina for the Jumpman Invitational, which is played in Charlotte, North Carolina on December 20th. That's just to name some games right there. So it's not like an easy stretch for Michigan by any means after this. I mean, they only have like really one gimme game. But even then, maybe Toledo's another one, but you know, I just want to break what happened in this game. And like I said in that preview, you got to do better on the offensive rebounding allowed. That's what caught up to them in this game. And the turnovers hurt them. They're going to get better. I know Coach Nick Cohen was not on the radio after the game, but it's not because she's upset. It's because Baylor has classes tomorrow. They need to get back as soon as possible. I mean, it's the truth. It's not that she's upset. She would do it. I guarantee it. And the only way they're going to get better for those younger players and experienced is to go through stuff like this. And they're going to get better. It's only November, y'all, Baylor fans. So calm down. We don't have Asia Blackwell back, nor Dre Edwards cleared. I bet with one or both clear back eventually, we'll be better. So there's no need to panic. And the good news is we technically don't have another game like this one until December 18th. That's even against Arizona, and that's in Dallas, and that's technically a home game, even though it's neutral site, but distance-wise, it's closer to home for us than Arizona. So that's going to help. And I'm not overlooking Tennessee State or UT Arlington or Houston Christian or anything, but I'm looking at it this way. They got time to prepare and get better for that Arizona game. So, chill. Even the game after the Arizona game is Long Beach State. They should win that game in theory too. So, I am not going to be totally worried. I'm not really worried about this team. First of all, they're going to get healthier. Hopefully with Asia Backwell will come back eventually. We just don't know when. And hopefully Dre Edwards gets cleared. Because I think one of those or both of those, this team is very, very dangerous. And let's just keep on winning all the games we can into the conference play as much as possible. Even that Arizona game. I mean, if you could win every game in December, and yes, you even play TCU, and that's even a home game on the 31st. Let's try to win out the rest of the 2022 portion of the schedule until we hit January. Let's try to do that. But first things first, you got to focus on Houston Christian. I'm not going to do previews on every game. I'm not. It would take a lot of time. It's not meaningful enough. I mean, in terms of like a top 25 game or receiving votes game. Unless the team is receiving votes, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just making that clear. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into 400 subscribers more by the end of this year or sometime in the future.